breaking news with Connor Hogg.
By no means does it mean the fight is over. We will keep fighting as an association to restore teachers' charter rights.
A judge has denied an injunction request from the Alberta Teachers Association against the province's use of the notwithstanding clause that forced them back to work in October. A ruling in the ATA's favor could have potentially allowed teachers to strike again. Good evening. Teachers will not head back to the bargaining table with the provincial government in coming weeks. While acknowledging the harm done to teachers through Bill 2, a judge rejected that application for an injunction. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
I'm deeply disappointed.
Injunction denied for the Alberta Teachers Association. It's fighting the provincial government over Bill 2, the legislation that forced an end to the longest teacher strike in Alberta history and imposed a 4-year contract educators had previously voted down.
The injunction would have allowed us to go back to try to find a negotiated settlement that would have worked for teachers and for government.
In October, the province invoked the notwithstanding clause to end the strike and preemptively bar any court challenges.
This strike has caused irreparable harm to students. That is why we'll be invoking the notwithstanding clause in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
The ATA is challenging Bill 2 more broadly in court this fall. It's planning to argue the government's use of the notwithstanding clause was improper and invalid.
The injunction application was kind of a no-lose for the ATA, right? Is if they'd been granted the injunction, then, the world changes. If they don't, and they didn't in this case, their court case continues.
This labor relations professor wasn't surprised by today's ruling, given the burden of proof.
Because we're months removed from the strike and we're months removed from the disruption that caused, it's pretty hard to argue that there's an ongoing harm that is happening.
For teachers, the ongoing harm is moral. Schilling says many feel disrespected by the government, seriously enough to consider leaving the profession.
There's not a good relationship. Let's not lie about that. Government didn't bargain in our minds in good faith. They legislated a back-to-work settlement and put teachers back into a system that they didn't make any corrections to.
Justice Minister Mickey Amory's press secretary tells CTV this decision reaffirms that the notwithstanding clause is a legitimate constitutional tool, one that allows elected governments to act swiftly in the public interest. But that's not how Schilling sees it.
This is not a justification for what they did or the laws that they passed. The judge was very clear about that.
Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
An emergency room doctor is skeptical of recommendations for hospitals following the death of a man in an Edmonton ER late last year. 44-year-old Prashant Srikumar went to the Grey Nuns emergency room for chest pains days before Christmas. His family says he waited for nearly 8 hours to see a doctor before he died. Acute Care Alberta is now making 16 short and long-term recommendations to prevent similar outcomes in the future. An emergency room doctor says these types of recommendations have been made before.
Unfortunately, what happens is we never follow up with concrete action afterwards. So if the opportunity presents itself to do something meaningful, great. Otherwise, it'll just be another report that ends up on a shelf and that nobody pays attention to.
3 of the recommendations depend on funding. Those include increasing emergency room staffing, expanding ER department sites, and the creation of a high-intensity unit. The federal government is pitching in $4 million to construct new healing houses in Edmonton. They're coming to the Parkdale neighborhood near Northlands. The mayor wants to see them in every neighborhood in the city. CTV's Nicole Weisberg explains why.
It was all smiles at a construction site in the north central Parkdale neighborhood. The feds giving a multi-million-dollar boost to expand the Bridge Healing Initiative.
It will provide people with the dignity and stability that they need.
This is the second location in Edmonton to see healing houses go up. The first opened 3 years ago on the West End, providing a place for unhoused people to go after leaving the hospital.
Each emergency department has the ability to reach out to us when we have a vacancy. They'll get in a cab and come over to us. We'll do an intake, and then they'll spend the next 2 to 3 months as we work with them towards finding them permanent housing.
Emergency room doctor Louis Hugo Francescotti came up with the concept. He says he often sees the same unhoused people over and over again in the ER.
Last year, there was an extra 10,000 visits in emergency rooms in Alberta by patients experiencing homelessness. So we're up to close to 50,000 a year now. So programs like this that we can turn around very quickly make a difference.
The West End location was designed to be replicated, and the mayor says he would like to see one of these in every neighborhood.
The impact is fewer people out on the streets, fewer people out in the communities, people getting the care and support they need.
There's 375 communities, neighborhoods, and one in each would eliminate the problem of homelessness.
Through below-market land sales and grants, Andrew Knack says the city has so far committed to no less than 6 other sites. Nicole Weisberg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Today in the House of Commons, MPs addressed a bill in honor of a Hub Mall shooting victim. In 2012, Brian Alisic was one of 3 security guards shot and killed in an armed robbery. Edmonton Conservative MP Carrie Diot has introduced Brian's bill. It seeks to amend the Federal Corrections and Conditional Release Act. If passed, people convicted of first or second-degree murder could not apply for a parole review and instead must wait for their next mandatory review. Diot says this would prevent victims from dealing with repeated trauma.
For families, the suffering goes on for decades. In many cases, those left behind must face the person responsible at parole hearings. As it now stands, if a convicted murderer applies for parole and is denied the first time, he or she can apply for another parole hearing just 1 year later and year after year afterwards.
Alisic's parents have been working closely with Diot in support of Bill C-234. The bill is in its second reading. Debate will resume later this month. Edmonton International Airport says it's close to reaching its pre-pandemic terminal traffic levels. The airport says it served more than 8.1 million passengers last year. That's a 2.8% increase from 2024. This is the first year the airport's passenger stats have come close to measuring up to the number of travelers in 2019. 8.15 million people passed through the terminals that year. The airport's president says 2025's numbers are a milestone they're proud of. A provincial pilot project is aimed at increasing spaces for special needs students at private schools. As CTV's Tyler Barrow explains, not everyone is on board with the funding decision that will see more money go to private schools.
Emma Shingleton has a rare neurodegenerative disease. Learning for her is a struggle. She goes to Calgary Board of Education's Emily Folensby School. She used to go to a private school.
When Emma didn't get a spot in the private school for grade 1, it was very stressful for me.
The province says it wants to help children like Emma. It launched a $90 million 3-year pilot project aimed at increasing spaces in private schools for students with physical and mental challenges.
Create more spaces, specifically with those institutions that serve students with specialized needs.
Renfrew Educational Services has received a $10 million grant to support its 250-student Three Sisters Centre in Bearspaw set to open next year. It's for preschool to grade 12 students with significant to severe disabilities. Renfrew Educational Services says it's too early to comment on what annual fees at the school will be, but its website lists costs for elementary educational programming at $450 a month. The Alberta Teachers Association says taxpayers have never helped build private schools.
They need to be putting money targeted to that within the public system.
According to a December Think HQ public affairs poll, 59% of respondents voted in favor of Alberta ending its current practice of allocating funds to accredited private schools. A petition was launched to bring more attention to the issue, which ultimately fell short.
The best learning opportunity for all students should be in their community school.
According to the ATA, private school students in Alberta get 70% of the funding allotted to public school students. The province says the pilot project is a good use of funds for special needs students.
Many of these independent schools, again, provide unique programming to students with specialized needs. A lot of families choose those options.
And while Alberta appreciates the province looking out for parents like her, she is happy with her child enrolled in public programming.
It's a significant amount of funding going towards something that could definitely be split towards public schools.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
3 years and more than $100 million later, a popular attraction in the heart of Edmonton is ready for visitors again. Hawrelak Park has officially reopened. CTV's Amanda Anderson was there.
A welcome sight for many Edmontonians now that the gates to Hawrelak Park are open again.
It's nice to be able to come back in here.
It closed 3 years ago today, giving construction crews time to revamp the park.
There's lots of things that people will find that are new but also familiar.
The patio outside the main pavilion is bigger, and a walkway now runs along the lake.
We upgraded a lot of the facilities to all seasons, so they'll be able to operate in the wintertime.
They all look and feel a little different while retaining their historical charm.
There's lighting on the pathways that connect amenities, a new 2-kilometer trail loop, and upgrades to the Heritage Amphitheater. The drive around the park will also look a little different.
There's some pullouts on the road that didn't used to be there. The main parking lot has been expanded, but some of the roadside parking that used to be here doesn't exist any longer. But overall, the net is about the same amount of parking.
More picnic sites have been added, including several accessible ones, and the playground got a complete overhaul. The total cost, $134.6 million. Some park goers, too shy to go on camera, say they expected to see more of a change.
We addressed a lot of the sanitary and storm, a lot of the water and electrical work, and that's all work that's underground right now, so park users won't be able to see that.
It's a little hard to tell under the snow what all the landscaping and the full feel of it. So I think in the spring it'll feel a little bit different.
The grand reopening will be held in May, and the city says amenity bookings will start June 1st. Many of the large festivals the park is known for are expected back this summer.
Was it worth the wait? Yeah, debatable, but it's been quite nice to at least see them doing stuff and reamping it, and it's nice to see that our city's putting value in the things that make Edmonton so special.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Hawrelak Park's main pavilion will also feature a new restaurant. Local eatery Tiramisu Bistro is opening up Lift Me Up on the Lake, which will offer food and drinks to park goers all year round. It's expected to open later this spring. Local golfers broke out their clubs a little earlier than usual to get in some early game time and raise money for a local nonprofit. Our cameras got a look at some of the players' strategies.
We're going to have a cocktail, and we're going to laugh a lot, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to remember what this is supporting, and hopefully there's people who are here who are worse than us.
The second annual Swing for Wings offered some friendly competition indoors. It's still a little too cold to play golf outside. 31 teams of players competed in virtual games. Money raised will help nonprofit Wings provide support for women and children fleeing domestic violence, offering them a daycare, psychologists, and help finding affordable housing.
It really is that wraparound support, making sure that women and their children are able to rebuild after family violence and really go on to live a happy, safe, and self-sufficient life.
Swing for Wings raised $30,000 last year. This year, organizers are hoping for $35,000. They say the event is a good way for golfers to scratch that golf itch before the snow melts. If you find yourself at Bonnie Doon Mall this weekend, you might be mistaken for thinking you're in an art gallery. You can see thousands of art pieces, hear live music, demonstrations, installations, and maybe make a purchase or two. This is also a fundraiser for Amy's House. The charity provides free accommodations for families who have to travel to Edmonton for cancer treatment. Night of Artists founder Phil Allane started Amy's House in memory of his wife, who died of cancer in 2019. Allane says this event can raise up to $30,000.
So it's a wonderful event because not only does it help people going through cancer treatments, but it breathes life into this beautiful mall. It helps the businesses in the mall and gives the artists a chance to sell their work, and really is a great way to start the entire year off with a nice indoor festival before we get to all the great outdoor festivals we have in the city.
A gala event is happening tomorrow night. The mall transforms into a ballroom with all proceeds from ticket sales and silent auction items going to Amy's House. Coming up next, hundreds of Edmonton high schoolers put pedal to the metal for a good cause. Also just ahead, an Alberta brewery is taking advantage of wild weather to make beverages faster. And Kaylin Mitchell has everything you need to know weather-wise for a winter weekend in Edmonton.
Yeah, thank you, Connor. Well, we continue to have a chance of some flurries in and around the city as we make our way through tonight. But the biggest thing is the temperature, and there's a little bit of wind chill to go along with it. Here's what you can expect as far as the temperatures go in and around Edmonton as we make our way into the early morning hours of Saturday. Some wind chills making it feel down into the minus 20s. I'll have more on a cold weekend ahead when I'm back a little bit later on.
Hundreds of high schoolers are pedaling around the clock for charity. This is the 18th year of Strathcona High School's bikeathon. It started today at noon. This year's fundraising recipient is Edmonton's food bank. The goal is to raise $250,000 to help buy an industrial walk-in cooler. The principal says the bikeathon teaches kids the importance of giving back.
But it also builds our community. It brings us together. It gives us a night to tune out the world, focus on each other, have a lot of fun, and raise money for such a good cause.
The bikeathon wraps up tomorrow when a check will be given to the food bank. The Alberta government has ordered a third-party investigation into Calgary's ongoing water main problems. The probe will be headed by David Goldie, a former chair of Alberta's energy regulator. Goldie will have the power to compel documents and witnesses similar to a public judicial inquiry. The government says it needs a full accounting of the issue to prevent it from happening again. Municipal Affairs Minister Dan Williams was asked why the province has more authority to compel evidence in this situation and not in its dealings on multi-million-dollar health service contracts.
When it comes to municipal affairs, Calgarians would agree that this is a crisis. It is a failure of the most core and basic services of a municipality, and this is the normal process. And anyone that wants to try and distract from this or say that it's some sort of political stunt should really just talk to Calgarians living their day-to-day lives.
Calgary's mayor says he supports the inspection. The investigation is expected to cost $1.2 million, with a final report by the fall. More water woes down south. A boil water advisory has been issued to homes in 3 Calgary neighborhoods after a water service line break. The initial break was reported before noon on Friday. While shutting off the water to the break, there was a disruption to a water main affecting homes and businesses. The city says this is not connected to the Bears Paw feeder main repairs. As a precaution, about 500 homes and businesses are being asked to boil water before consuming for the next 3 days. Migraine sufferers know all too well the negative impacts from winter weather. It turns out those temperature and pressure fluctuations have a positive impact on whiskey production. Eau Claire Distillery says its single malt whiskey is maturing in half the time it takes at its operations in Scotland. CTV's Kevin Fleming explains.
Some of the whiskey in these barrels has been aging since the Eau Claire Distillery opened. The aroma inside the warehouse is strong, and that's due to something the industry calls angel's share.
We actually term it now, it's not the angel's share, for us it's the angel's gift. And that's because it does have such an effect on the maturation.
David Farron and master distiller Danny Gowrie regularly monitor the temperature and pressure changes at the distillery in Diamond Valley. Farron says there's a lot of evaporation out of the barrels, but it's mostly water.
It's about 3% a year in other countries. We're about 12% for the first year, so we lose a huge amount. But what we lose because of our dry climate is we lose the moisture. And so we can actually, it sort of concentrates the whiskey and the flavor.
Gowrie is from Glasgow and says he's not used to the big weather changes here.
This was relatively new territory for me when I first came to Alberta. Obviously used to the Scottish environment and what that maturation profile is like. So we are just, I was shocked initially just at the kind of depth and complexity that we could get from casks.
Gowrie says it takes about a week to make whiskey from malted barley, water, and yeast. But when he travels to whiskey judging events, he's explaining more about how our weather impacts the product.
Especially when we go overseas, it's a very unknown type of climate that people are not used to as well. And when you explain how quickly the temperature can change in a relatively short period of time, there's a lot of shock and amazement.
Farron says the distillery's newest product is a celebration of the Alberta ingredients along with its weather in a bottle. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Diamond Valley.
Coming up, while the weekend is here with no Oilers hockey to watch for a second straight Saturday, how will diehard fans spend their evening instead?
It's actually bizarre. Like, what am I going to do on a Saturday night?
It is different. I mean, I would like it. I love the Saturday Night Hockey Night in Canada games.
Coming up Monday on Your Morning, we're talking public parenting tips to keep your cool when tensions rise and what to do when you feel like everyone is watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you at 6.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Earlier, I mentioned that there's a chance of flurries around the city as we make our way through tonight. There are some parts of the province, though, where some flurries and some light snow is going to be a little bit more widespread as we move through tonight and actually through Saturday morning from Edson, actually down towards Red Deer. Red Deer could actually linger with some snow into and through at least the first part of Saturday morning and potentially pick up some snowfall amounts of 5 centimeters or a little bit more. Cold night, though, across the entire province of Alberta. So morning temperatures are going to be well down to the minus teens, and for northern parts of the province, minus 20s. Remember, there's that cold warning out up around high level. There, the morning temperature around minus 34, with the wind chill making it feel closer to minus 40. So there is an increased risk of frostbite to exposed skin in a shorter amount of time when we're dealing with wind chill values making it feel that cold. And of course, the afternoon temperatures for tomorrow are going to be well below average for this time of the month. We've got minus 11 tomorrow for high level, minus 12 at Peace River. Slave Lake will be around minus 11, and Edmonton tomorrow clearing to see some sunshine in the afternoon, but the high temperature near minus 11. Now moving down to southern areas of Alberta for tomorrow, Red Deer at around minus 10, Calgary at minus 9, Lethbridge minus 7, and Medicine Hat around minus 6. There is going to be a chance some light snow and some flurries lingering into the afternoon hours around southern parts of the province. Let's take a look then at our extended forecast, and we'll find the end of that cold snap, and that is going to be through the start of next week. Now on Monday, the high temperature gets up to near 5 degrees, but there's still early in the morning a low chance of some flurries or a little bit of patchy freezing rain. Tuesday, a mix of sun and cloud, and looks like it might be the mildest day over the next several. After that, there's a low chance of some showers on Wednesday of next week. And taking a look at the 10-day forecast, after that on Thursday, it's a mix of sun and cloud. High temperatures around the mid-single digits, a low chance of showers next Friday. And then after that on Saturday, there'll be a chance of some flurries. Sunday and Monday, both days, a mix of sun and cloud. Connor.
Thanks, Kalen. For a second Saturday in a row, there's no Oilers game on TV or at Rogers Place. It's the only time this season the team hasn't played on a Saturday night, aside from the Olympic break. CTV's Matt Woodman has more on how diehard fans are spending their Saturday instead.
Hockey Night in Canada, a Saturday tradition that began in Montreal in 1952.
Everybody knows it's the best hockey in the world, and I think Canadians all over Canada should be able to see it.
Well, the game has changed a lot since then. One constant has been the day circled on the calendar. But for the past 2 Saturdays, Oilers fans have been shut out.
It's actually bizarre. Like, what am I going to do on a Saturday night?
It is different. I mean, I would like it. I love the Saturday Night Hockey Night in Canada games.
No rowdy crowds at Rogers Place.
You don't get that same atmosphere any night of the week.
No away games on TV. And he scores!
I'd rather be playing on a Saturday. I work full time.
So what's an Oilers fan to do?
We have people coming over, so entertaining.
I'll be spending it with my son, probably watching a Netflix movie.
Maybe find something else to do. We're starting to get into the spring here as well, and go out and just maybe enjoy the evening somewhere.
Maybe a chance to go to Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond.
Edmonton Sports Talk host Tom Gazzola is accustomed to working Saturday night before, during, and after the game.
I'm lost. I'm really lost right now. So it's very strange to have an open Saturday night and there's no Oilers hockey. We're so used to it.
Fans looking for their hockey fix could check out a charity game Saturday afternoon.
Well, I'm going to play in the Heavy Hockey Showdown.
The Heavy Hockey Showdown supports the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton.
We do it around the Oilers' schedule typically.
Organizers say they chose this Saturday because Oilers fans would be free.
We didn't want to take away from their game, right?
Aside from the Oilers, fans say there's at least one other team they won't be watching Saturday, this time by choice. You wouldn't watch the Flames instead or something?
Hell no.
Unless you can anticipate them getting beaten pretty good, then maybe it might be worthwhile watching.
Instead, they're looking forward to next Saturday's home game against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Matt Woodman, CTV News, Edmonton.
Thanks for watching us tonight. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. From all of us at CTV, thanks for spending your time here. Have a good night.